Well, Dean, that was an almighty moment. Firstly, are you okay?
Yeah, look, I'm a bit bruised. The left side of the ribs, foot's a bit sore, but look, you know, for a 250 kilometre or 260 kilometre hour crash, it's pretty lucky to be standing up, I think.
Talk us through what happened from your perspective. You say no warning.
Normally you get a bit of warning that the tyre's going down, but no warning at all. And at 260 you got such centrifugal force. We think we picked up a bit of carbon or something, and that pressure was going down, and that I thought the wheel had fallen off. But it just the tyre had just blown.
So severe was the incident. Have a look at this. That's the windshield from the Mosler. It's flown off and has landed. Oh, that's an unorthodox way of getting it down, but at least the windshield's been removed from the telegraph pole there, coming down Conrod Straight. So safety car peels in. We're underway with the restart. Second car in the queue there is Nathan Tinkler, the car that he's sharing with Stephen Johnson. Then Dean Herridge from Western Australia in the Maximum Motorsport Subaru. The Tony Alford, Melrose, Donut King Nissan is there, but look have a go at this, how busy it is at the restart for our front-running GT3 cars.
We'll speak a lot today about the closing speeds of these outright cars versus the class cars, and that's a pretty graphic example. This is the spot where all the team managers hold their breath, where race drivers become real maniacs and try to get to the front in the first 30 seconds. And you see the two Audi boys straight through the field, straight to the front of the class again after their pit stop. So those guys wanted to get through quickly before their opposition.
Fastest lap so far for Craig Lowndes, a 2-minute 11.526, but Baseng has a quicker lap, a 2-minute 11.0219. They're the numbers so far in this stint. And the internationals are leading the way. We saw Warren Luff in pit lane on standby before. Warren's done a pretty good job coming to grips with this car so quickly, and perhaps one of the reasons he's been able to do that in his job as a vehicle tester for Motor Magazine. He's in all sorts of equipment quite regularly. He has to come to grips with it very fast, so he felt quite at home in this car, and he said, boy, it's just a beautiful race car, does everything a driver wants and needs.
I would have thought that Luffy actually would have adapted to the Audi a little easier than Craig, because Craig, obviously, we know for his V8 supercar efforts over the years, whereas Luffy's done a lot more class-type racing, so in different cars more often, and that helps you adapt much quicker. As we're on board now with David Wall and leading the VIP Pet Foods Porsche, which is the latest Porsche to come out of Germany. It's the latest sports car, if you like, and this 2010 car is the first one in Australia.
Baird looking to make the move, that Falcon elbow there. Remember that Craig is carrying an extra 100 kilos of ballast in his car. He said to me this morning, he said, you might as well jump on board with your lunch and come for a ride for the entire day. That's the ballast they have to carry under the balance of performance rules.
Must be a big lunch, Rusty, if you're going to be 100 kilos. You see here now Beardo right up the inside using the aerodynamic toe down Conrod Straight to try and put a move on David Wall. And remember, Craig Baird's coming back from that early strategy pit stop. So these guys running on two very different strategies. And although the cars look very similar, two very, very different race cars.
Wall running the Cup S version of the GT3, the car that now makes the pass there, Craig Baird. That's the replacement, the newer version, if you like, a little bit more horsepower, 2010 spec car.
Craig was also saying this car has a lot more aerodynamics, a lot more downforce than the Cup S car. So you'd expect as the race goes on that car will get quicker and quicker across the top of the mountain. Clean move up the inside. David saw him coming, gave him plenty of room. So these guys are going to be very gentlemanly for the first, I don't know, I'd say 11 hours, and then the elbows will come up and it'll be on for young and old at the end.
Craig's really on a mission here as we continue to see his progress through the field, making up for all that time. And if we do get some wet weather, he could be well positioned, certainly in these early stints. Look over the shoulder, he knows that the Porsche is there. Great sound of the 430 GT3. And there's Baird, moves by, going down Conrod Straight. Quick tap of the brakes on the entry to
just
the
to
chase.
Make sure he's got a good solid brake pedal before this heavy stop into the chase. And you see on board there with Alan Simonson, who's done 1,000,000 miles in these Ferraris, both here in Australia and over in Europe, knows all about getting the most out of these cars. You can see a replay of Beardo blowing straight past the Ferrari on Conrod Straight. That's surprising, the speed difference between those cars.
So class update for you. Young, Baseng and Mies at the head of the field and leading Class A. Good job by Roger Largo, Kingsley and Russell in Class B. And Mostert, the young guns, Walsh and McLeod, in the Racer Industries Class E, doing what the car showed it was so brilliant at last year. There's the outright standings for you. Audi's 1 and 2. Baird has moved back into third. A break and more from the mountain.
The German city of Stuttgart has long been associated with some of motoring's most recognisable names. But in 2006, a new kid on the block rolled off the production line and onto Mercedes and Porsche's streets of Stuttgart. Developed by Audi's performance branch Quattro, the Audi R8 is a 480 horsepower V10 weapon on 18-inch wheels. And here this weekend, the rear-wheel driven mid-engine mounted R8 is taking aim at our mountain. And the team with their finger on the trigger come with serious combat experience, as since their arrival in the motorsport world in 1978, Team Jost have claimed victories at Daytona, Spa and the famed Nürburgring circuit. Oh, and they also conquered the 24-hour Le Mans a lazy 11 times. The team, founded by sports car racer cum team owner Reinhold Jost, has raced under many marks but has truly excelled since forming factory ties with Audi in 1998. Giving the same attention to this race as they would any other means they have rolled in with their world-class setup. And the guy in charge of this 40-man outfit is Ralf Schuttner.
We are working together with Audi. Audi is a car manufacturer. Audi wants to prove their technology. What we are doing is part of all this. They have a philosophy of, if we build cars, we go racing. And of course it's something that Reinhold Jost built up. And we are definitely trying to keep that spirit because it was so successful. So why should we change it in any way? Victory is always important. When you go racing, you don't go racing for a finish 3rd, 4th, 5th or something like that. You want to win. And it would be wrong if I wouldn't say we try to win here.
The dream team with the dream car. There's still one thing missing.
And that's a superstar driver. And who better than the current king of the mountain? He owns this place in a V8 supercar. But this weekend, well, he's feeling a little outside his comfort zone.
It's an Audi, it's left-hand drive, it's rear engine, and it's paddle shift. Everything about it's all wrong. This side of the garage knows the track, don't know the car. That side of the garage knows the car, doesn't know the track.
Craig hopes the association with this team doesn't end when the checkered flag falls. He's banking on success here to help realise a long-held motorsport dream.
They're well aware of what I want to do long-term, which is Le Mans 24-hour, and discussions so far have been great. They've been very welcoming. Me coming into the team, I'd love to one day get over there, and if these guys are more than willing, and hopefully that they are, then we can put on a good show this weekend, and then we'll move to the future and see what we can bring.
So some dramas here in the pits for the car, which was running as high as third. Let's go to Grant.
Mike Newton's joining us now to take a look at the Honduras car. Were there any indications that the tyre was going down?
No indications at all. There was we came in to do the pit stop while the pace car was out for that other accident. Theo was behind the pace car, and all of a sudden, as the race progressed, it just went down. He may have travelled across some debris left over from the race because he might have not known exactly where the accident was or where it started down the Conrad Stain.
So that's a right rear tyre. It was a left rear for the Mosler. So Trevor Schumack, the head of Michelin's race operations here in Australia, will be onto that and having a look at whether it in fact was some debris which caused the incident. Great battle in the production cars. This is the Evo 9 entry, which has been keeping the pressure on the Conroy car. Neil McFadden's the guy, Garth, that's driven a variety of machines. Hasn't, for whatever reason, quite cracked the big league, if you like, but he's been very successful at Gold Star level here in Australia.
Yeah, lots of open wheeler stuff. Australian Formula 4 champion, Formula 3 runner, and won a lot of stuff in open wheelers and trying to get plenty of miles in a tin top around Bathurst.
Grant?